Lesson 5 looks at the opportunities of using DAS and small cells. The phrase in-building wireless is a catch-all term that covers an entire class of diverse, specialised solutions that require enterprise owners, managers and architects to carefully weigh the benefits and costs to determine the most efficient solution. It's imperative that the ideal solution meets not only the needs of today's tenants and users, but also offers the flexibility and agility to serve future needs as well. This lesson will look at two of the most significant classes of IBW solutions: distributed antenna systems, or DAS, and small cells. While they share some physical and configuration similarities, they operate differently. Each offers unique advantages. Built from a network series of remote antennas or nodes, DAS is one of the industry's longest established wireless coverage and capacity technologies. DAS is an effective means of delivering uniformly high quality of service wireless coverage and robust capacity across a large indoor area such as high-rise office building, a contiguous outdoor area such as a stadium, open courtyard or entry space, a combination of indoor and outdoor environments such as a college campus. As mentioned in Lesson 2, indoor areas are covered by low power DAS and outdoor spaces are covered by higher power DAS. The latest generation of DAS solutions can integrate both low and high power networks into a single, unified platform for mixed environments. DAS is an inherently scalable solution, which means it can be expanded to cover large spaces and awkwardly shaped areas. For example, when cellular service is added to a subway tunnel, a sprawling sports arena, or a tunneled mountain road, chances are that it's being done with DAS. The physical infrastructure of DAS generally relies on RF cable, i.e. coaxial cable, to link antenna remotes. It uses fibre optic cable to connect various floors or other discrete areas. Both types of cable then connect to a central processing point called the head end. Some more advanced DAS solutions now operate on IT structured cabling instead of coaxial, making it easier to install. IT cable also supports other networks and functions like Wi-Fi, security systems and so forth. Its broad use means that installers are relatively easy to find and inexpensive to hire. It's worth noting that DAS is just that, a system of distributed antennas. It connects to the operator's network through that operator's own base station, which allows DAS to work with one, many or all available wireless operators in the market. New operators can connect to the existing DAS infrastructure, for instance, access to high quality, high capacity coverage. Each DAS installation is unique to the environment it serves, so there are no out-of-the-box DAS solutions, though there are innovative new options that simplify the process with intelligence-enabled automatic configuration and an alternative means of signal transport, such as via an existing IT cabling infrastructure. These factors make DAS an attractive option for large venues, mixed indoor-outdoor venues, isolated location and spaces where demand is variable, but has the potential to be extremely high. In these cases, DAS makes financial sense. As far as DAS has come since its early days as a niche solution, it's not always an economical solution for smaller enterprise environments, though recent innovations like IT converged solutions that operate on network cable are lowering the cost of entry. For smaller indoor locations, small cells offer an economical alternative that's flexible and self-contained. Small cells are what their name implies, small versions of macro cell sites, including base station, radio and antennas, typically combined into a single physical unit. Small cells are able to support deployments spanning the size of a small to medium office building, where demand levels are relatively consistent from one day to the next, distribution of users does not vary to any great extent, and demand is not expected to spike to extreme levels. Each small cell creates a discrete cell of coverage. Like macro cell sites, traditional small cells also create areas of overlap where their cell boundaries meet. In these areas, cellular connections suffer significant drops in service quality, reduced data rates, choppy voice, and drop connections. This problem can be mitigated through thoughtful design and careful optimization of small cell placement and power, but it's impossible to eliminate this cross-sector interference entirely. Until recently, that is. We will explore the latest small cell innovation in the next section. Small cells are relatively easy to install, which makes them an attractive option for an enterprise environment. We will explore this in more detail in the next lesson. Unlike DAS, which connects to an outside base station owned by a wireless operator, small cells include their own baseband unit, which must be integrated with operator networks, a one-time process. As of this writing, most major operators have only integrated a limited number of small cells, and some have not integrated any. This situation is improving, but slowly. A given model of small cell typically only supports one operator's network. Also bear in mind that small cells have a hard upper limit of coverage and capacity that may present serious challenges if the IBW solutions will need to expand significantly in the future. Small cells can reliably support 16 to 64 users at a time, which may be more than adequate for small to medium-sized enterprise environments. In addition, unlike DAS, conventional small cells cannot dynamically share capacity between access points, so large gatherings in small spaces may create bottlenecks, a phenomenon sometimes called the cafeteria problem. We stated before that small cells suffer from the same cross-sector interference that sometimes plagues the macro cell network, and that concentrations of users can overwhelm individual access points. In traditional small cell architecture, this is true. However, a recent innovation from CommScope has removed this barrier from small cell deployments, making them even more attractive for deployments of the right size. This innovative approach is called a Cloud Radio Access Network, or CRAN small cell. Here's how it works. The baseband unit centralizes all processing from the small cell's various radio points, creating a virtual supercell that combines the entire system into a single area of coverage. This eliminates quality of service issues and dropped connections by eliminating overlap altogether. As an extra bonus, this architecture operates over conventional Ethernet switches and cabling, making it easier to install and maintain without expensive or specialized expertise. Choosing a solution for an IBW deployment involves several questions. How much space must be covered? How many people must be supported? How much will the coverage and capacity demand change from one day to the next? And perhaps most importantly, how much will it all cost? DAS and small cells comprise the lion's share of IBW solutions. They each have their place and purpose. By carefully identifying expectations and thoughtfully considering the future of your business, the ideal IBW solution will become clear. Keep in mind, however, that both DAS and small cell solutions continue to evolve and improve over time, with several key innovations hitting the market right now. Small cells are improving their scalability, and DAS is becoming more economical by the day. This means that you, the owner, manager, or architect, will have access to an ever-improving array of options as time goes on. However, this won't be your only decision point. You will also want to consider the possibilities of using licensed versus unlicensed frequencies in your IBW solution, which we will discuss in the next lesson.